and transferring it back to the community is just a way of saving people's lives. Saving people's lives doesn't mean that someone is going to die and you're saving him. No. Somebody might in a very hard situation, but due to my knowledge, I can help him.
You are now a part of a graduate network that spans across the globe. Make sure you leverage it and connect with your fellow alumni.
When you're out in the industry, it doesn't matter what year you graduated. It doesn't matter how old you are. Because when it comes out to the industry and we're networking with each other, we can all have like-minded skills.
When it's a no-brainer and it's in your blood and it burns and it's what you know and it's what you love, and you wake up in the morning, you think about it, and you just have to do it at all costs. You do it. You're unstoppable at it.
I encourage you to keep persevering, don't give up, and have fun along the way. I did.
Afternoon, graduates. That was a bit. Friends, family, faculty, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the Torrens University Australia and Think Education 2022 graduation ceremony. I'm Dr. Claire Davison, Associate Dean of Business Analysis and Technical Management, and I'm very pleased to be here this afternoon to guide you through this ceremony. In light of us gathering here, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of Naarm, the land in which we are celebrating from. I pay my respects to the Wurundjeri Woi Wurrung and the Boonwurrung Boom Wurrung peoples of the Eastern Kulin, their elders past, present and emerging, and those who are present today. Always was, always will be, Aboriginal land. You're about to witness a ceremony that has its origins in medieval times, hence our garb, and continue to carry that importance and, I might even say, sacredness today. So before we commence our official proceedings, I'd just like to ask you to pop your mobile phones on either silent or off, please. And I guess it's also a really good time to just remind you today is a celebration for everyone. It's a wonderful day. You've got friends, family, support networks here. Now sometimes that also involves young people who hopefully one day will walk upon this stage. But in the meantime, they might be a little bit noisy, but that's okay. That's part of today. That's part of this ceremony and this celebration. So let's all be a little bit patient and a little bit kind to each other. Now please be upstanding to welcome the academic procession. Please be seated. This afternoon, I extend particular warm welcome to all our graduates, families, friends, our academics, staff, and invited guests. I would also like to recognise today's official party, Mr. Michael Reid, board member of Torrens University Australia and Think Education. To Professor Alvain Lowe, the Vice-Chancellor of Torrens University Australia. Professor Matthew Mundy, Executive Dean, Health and Education at Torrens University Australia and Think Education. And Professor Scott Thompson-Whiteside, Executive Dean of Design and Creative Technology at Torrens University Australia. It is my great pleasure to now welcome the Vice-Chancellor of Torrens University Australia, Professor Alvain Lowe.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Torrens University Australia, Think Education, I declare the ceremony open to confer degrees. Let me now acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands in which we meet and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging. We're very proud of our commitment to First Nations people and First Nations communities. It is my great pleasure to be here today and to welcome you to this very special occasion. I extend a warm welcome to our graduates, their families, friends, academics, and of course, our staff and invited guests. This is a very special occasion for our graduates, but of course also for their families and everyone that supported them during their study period. The question is, what was your expectation about this day? That's the issue, right? What did we really expect from this day? Where I stand, it basically says, we recognize your success. We confirm the fact that you achieved the outcomes that you set for yourself and that we as institution expected from you. So in all respects, a very significant occasion. At the same time, it also recognizes that with this new status, with this success that you have achieved, it lays the foundation for a new phase in your life. It sets you up for the new opportunities that you definitely dream about and that you've been planning for. Torrens University is proudly a university for the future. And that means that we make it our business to understand what is happening because of the drastic technological change, what has happened because of COVID, what is happening in the world of work, what the changes that are busy taking place. We make it our business to understand what is happening in society. How did society change because of all these things that happened in the meantime? So if we function as university, if we contribute into society, it is our responsibility to make sure that we do it in a way that we will remain relevant, and therefore our commitment to be a university for the future. We are driven by our vision to connect the world for good. And that means that we are consistently focusing on how do we relate to our environment? How do we engage with the broader society? How do we engage with industry? How do we add value through the explanation and the interpretation and the understanding of the world around us? We then make sure that we prepare our students to function effectively in this world. Our students that are productive citizens, that are active in society, that contribute to society, plays a role in adding value to the general development and the change in society and bringing the different processes in society closer to the ideals that we have for ourselves. But it is easier said than done, because what is it that keeps us honest? What is it that we use on a daily basis to give direction to what we should prioritize, where we should focus, and how we should approach specific things that we feel and that we're convinced that we have responsibility for? Our approach remains that we begin and end with people. In other words, we respect people, we serve people, and we make sure that we allow people to be part of the solution. We allow people to engage with us, and we continuously open doors for engagement, for collaboration, and for sharing. That helps us to be good, to make sure that whatever we do it in a way that will demonstrate that respect. We'll do it in a way that will add value and that will continuously contribute to the improvement of human well-being. Of course, by accepting this, we have to be brave, we have to be bold. We need to face those difficult challenges. That brings the responsibility for us to continuously be creative and innovative. We cannot discard certain things and reject certain things, and at the same time, not accepting responsibility for also introducing the new. Therefore, be creative. It is important for us that our staff, our students, the people with which we engage, that they are well, that their lives and their environment are conducive for them to continuously improve their well-being. And of course, we function as an institution in a global environment, and we make sure that we consistently focus attention and energy on those things that will enable us to function in this global environment. We acknowledge that you as graduates, as our students, lived and practiced these values with us during this time of study. And we trust that you will continue to live those values once you leave the institution. We trust that you will continue to employ those values to make a difference in society. Today's ceremony, we recognize your achievement, as I said. We congratulate you, and we appreciate the consistent commitment to being successful and to achieve excellence. So we acknowledge your hard work and the sacrifices that you've made. But this is today. What about tomorrow? How do we leave the venue today? With what commitment do we get into tomorrow? Privileges bring responsibilities. Having had the privilege to study at the university, to complete a qualification brings responsibility. So we accept at the same time that with the values, with the new knowledge and skills and competencies that you've gained, that you at the same time accept that responsibility to go out and share that, to employ that, to make sure that it will have an impact. We must also acknowledge the support that has helped you along the way, all family and friends, everyone here with us that contributed. We acknowledge the fact that our students cannot be successful if they do not have appropriate and positive support structures. So thank you very much for also partnering with us in this process of education. It is now my great pleasure to welcome our guest speaker today, Holly Ransom. Holly is a public speaker, author, and content curator who has been named one of Australia's 100 most influential women. She is the founder of Emergent, a leadership consultancy firm where she engages and presents to organizations on disruptive strategy. Her career has spanned corporate, non-profit, and public sectors. She's also an accomplished board director for organizations such as Port Adelaide Football Club and Hudson. And it's a pleasure to welcome her to share her story with us today. Please.
Thank you so much. It's wonderful to be here with you today. Congratulations, graduates. What an exciting day. As I begin, I too would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land that we're meeting here on today and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging, as well as acknowledging any of our First Nations leaders that might be here with us in the room today. It's such a distinct privilege to get the opportunity to speak at a graduation, and I thought back to my graduation not all that long ago, I like to tell myself at least, and what I wish I would have known then. And I thought I might share a couple of bits of advice as an invitation to think about as you start to contemplate, or many of you might be further along in that, what beyond these doors holds for you. I'd also like to just acknowledge all the faculty here on stage and thank all the distinguished guests, as well as acknowledging the wonderful family and friends who've played such a key role in helping all of our graduates get to this moment. Can we have a round of applause for all the family and friends that helped make it happen? All too often, the unsung heroes, I think, of major accomplishments, so important to shout out. There are a couple of bits of advice I wanted to share, and some of them might seem a little unconventional, but the first one is the idea that the single most important habit that I believe future leaders can be building is to start getting comfortable being uncomfortable. No one can get up on this stage and tell you with any conviction that they know exactly what the future will look like, but one thing that we know for certain is that change is a constant, that complexity is not going to calm down anytime soon. We're going to be dealing with uncertainty for the lifetime of our leadership. And so the importance of starting to get comfortable being uncomfortable is absolutely paramount. I learnt this lesson in perhaps an unusual way. I read a quote in a book a few years ago, and I immediately called my best friend. And I hope that all of you have a friend like this, one of those friends who's silly enough when you call them and say, hey, I've got a great idea, to say, awesome, I'm in, before you tell them what the idea is. My best friend made this mistake, and I said, I've just read this line that says, it's the things that we're afraid of that we most need to do. And he said, what's your point? I said, how about we guinea pig that idea? How about every day for 365 days we do something we're afraid of? And he said, I'm in. And so we embarked on a year of fear where we did exactly that. Every day for 365 days we did something we were afraid of. Now, it took about 3 months before we told a soul that we were doing this challenge, because we thought, firstly, they're all going to think we're a little bit crazy, or perhaps worse, they're going to ask us about the sort of things that we're doing that we're afraid of. And that felt very vulnerable, as it often does when we talk about fear and things that are uncertain and challenging for us. And what was interesting when we finally shared we were doing this challenge is everyone put their hand up and asked the same question. How do you have enough stuff you're afraid of? I don't know if that's something some of you are wondering in the room today. One of the things I found really interesting was that we felt like we had this never-ending list, and there was this disconnect between the people that were asking that question and how we felt about fear and uncertainty. And the thing that became really apparent in our conversations and our journey subsequent to that is that we've desensitized to the way that fear often shows up in our lives. We think about fear like going and swimming with sharks, jumping out the side of a plane, going and having to confront a redback spider. Now, these might well be fears, but they are unlikely to be the fears that are getting between you and your goals and career aspirations. If they are, I'm really eager to hear what you do for a living, so please come find me afterwards. One of the things I think is really critical is this idea that we resensitize to fear. I can talk through that whole year and I can tell you that fear looked a lot less like swimming with sharks and a lot more about learning to give voice to new ideas. It looked like learning to say no and put healthy boundaries up. It looked like being prepared to be a beginner and have a go at things that were different and start again and try again, which becomes all the more harder as we become all the more expert. I challenge you to continually come back and ask yourself that question with where I am right now and where I want to be. What are the things that I know I've got to go on a journey to get comfortable being uncomfortable around? Where do I have to start going and building this muscle? You don't have to do it every day, but make a commitment to step outside of your comfort zone and into your courage zone. Einstein said it best when he said the definition of insanity is thinking we can keep standing exactly where we are, doing exactly what we're doing, and get a fundamentally different result. So keep pushing beyond and stepping into your courage zone. The second bit of advice was probably one of the most powerful ones I got around about your age and stage of life. When I was in my late teens, early 20s, while I was at university, I started my first business. And I was very fortunate to go to an event one day where about 200 business people were at this event. In my brain, at that age and stage of life, I thought, well, I don't really know enough about business. So how about I go to a business event and hopefully by being around a whole bunch of business people, I'll learn by osmosis what it takes to be successful in business. Simple idea. Didn't turn out quite the way I'd planned. I went to an event with about 200 people, and I think only 2 people at that whole event spoke to me, and they're both in my life today. And I say that because some of you will probably have those experiences where you walk into rooms and you look a little bit different to who it might be that occupies it. I encourage you to walk into those rooms anyway, and I encourage you to be bold enough to stay and to strike up conversation. One of the people who struck up conversation with me that day was a man by the name of John. John was a really seasoned businessman, and he took me under his wing and he became my earliest mentor in my business career. And he had a particularly unconventional way of teaching. He came to a cafe where we were meeting one day, sitting down for a coffee, and he slammed a dice you would use to play a board game, down in the middle of the table. And he said, "What can you see?" I thought, oh gosh, where are we going today? Well, it's this unconventional lesson he's about to embark. And I said, "I can see a dice." He said, "Be more specific." And I said, "I can see a 1. He said, "I can see a 6. Which one of us is right?" I thought, okay, where's he going with this? And I said, "Well, we're both right." I said, "Exactly. One of the most important lessons that I can share with you and teach you early in your career is that we only ever have one perspective, one side of the dice in view. Your job, if you're going to be a really great leader, is to actively work to make sure you glean as many different perspectives around that dice as you can before you make a decision. Think about, what am I missing? Where are my blind spots? Who haven't I asked? Whose perspectives might I need to consider here?" I can't encourage this enough, having worked so many times and observed so many leaders where simple widening of the lens would have saved all manner of failure and challenge from being stepped into in the first place. But he also had a second point that I think was really critical for me to hear as a young leader in that moment. He also said, make sure that you don't discount your own perspective just because there are others. Don't think that yours means any less just by virtue of the fact that there are other sides of the dice. Continue to make sure you find ways to step up, share what you're talking about, and spread that to a broader audience and ensure that it's heard. There's an adage that's gone around for a long time in psychology that says you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. I first heard that at about 19 and I had a minor panic attack, I'm not going to lie. Thought I need to change up who I'm hanging around, which is more a reflection for another time. But the reason I do share that is because I truly think the hallmark of great leaders in the generation ahead is going to be the diversity of the people they spend the most time around. And there are 4 people I'd encourage you early in your career to seek out and cultivate as part of your dice, as part of the 5 people you spend the most time around. Firstly, make sure you've got a supporter, a cheer squad member, someone who can circuit break that negative self-talk, can cut through in those moments where you're challenged and you feel like your back's up against the wall. Those people are critical and you'll need them over the journey ahead. Make sure you are that for others and make sure you've got those people for you. The second, make sure you get some sages, some people who've been there before, bought the t-shirt, know how to share and talk you through what it is that you're trying to do. Seek out people who've got lived experience and are examples of the sort of impact and career that you want to have. You'd be surprised how willing those people are to give of their time and their insights to help and assist you on your own journey. Thirdly, make sure you find sponsors. One of the things I've learned, whether it's leading the G20 Youth Summit or leading organisational transformations, is more often than not the decisions that are made about your career promotion, the idea that you're really passionate about, they're going to take place in a room that you're not even in at a time where you're not even aware the conversation's going on. In those moments, you need people who are going to back you in, who are going to step up and say, absolutely, give her a go, give him a go, give them a go, whatever that might look like. Absolutely, they're deserving of this promotion, this opportunity. Make sure you find people who believe in you and can go into bat for you in the way that you want them to for opportunities and things that you care about. And finally, and I think importantly in this day and age, make sure you find a sparring partner. Make sure you find someone who disagrees with you, who challenges the way that you think. There was a report released by Edelman earlier this year that says 65% of Australians don't believe we can have a conversation about topics we disagree on. That will get us nowhere if we retreat further into echo chambers and harden and calcify in our respective viewpoints. We need to be able to challenge constructively. We need to be able to debate. We need to find people who are going to help refine and challenge our ideas so we can end up with a better end game. So make sure you find your sparring partners. Finally, I want to encourage you to volunteer. I love this saying that my grandma used to say to me all the time: if service is beneath you, then leadership is beyond you. And I think there's something so true about that. We all should be in service of others, and we should all be thinking about how our capabilities, talents, and ideas are applied for the betterment of others. I also think that one of the best ways to test your capability and to apply your ideas is in service. I spent all of my teens and 20s, and to this day remain involved in several non-profit organisations. But particularly while I was at university and studying, it became my playground. It became my experiment. It became, let me test these things I'm reading about in the books. Let me test these ideas we've been working on in the classroom that I've been learning about and reading about and writing assignments on, and see if they can work in a real world context. How do I take what we've learned, collaborate with others, and see if we can bring something really meaningful and significant to life? There are so many phenomenal organisations out there who would grab the opportunity to have your passion and skill and put it to work in the name of something that's much bigger than all of us. Make sure you find that cause, and if I can encourage you, don't let that be something you think about doing after you've achieved maturity in your career or when you've decided to hang up the boots and retire later in life. This can be one of the most extraordinary ways that you develop and evolve your career too. Through volunteering, I've built microfinance projects in Africa, I've addressed the UN, I've had the opportunity to speak to heads of state all around the world, to lead organisational change at a community level and inside large organisations. I have failed, I have succeeded, I have met some of the most extraordinary individuals who I'm so privileged to call friends and mentors and colleagues. And I wish that for you. So if I encourage you to do nothing today, think about how you go to work in service of something bigger than you in collaboration with others. I want to leave it there and wish you nothing but success with the next chapter as you move beyond. Today is a remarkable achievement that you should be so proud of arriving at. I look forward to cheering you all on as you get up here in a moment to receive your official certificates. Take a moment to drink it in. There aren't too many moments in this life where you get to really take stock of what is an iceberg moment, that bit above the water that embodies so much beneath, all those hours of study, all those many sleepless nights of pulling last-minute efforts on assignments, all those group efforts to get something over the line, all those challenges to understand tough concepts. You're here, you made it, well done, and good luck. Thank you so much.
Ransom, for your words this afternoon. They were outstanding, very inspirational, and it sounds like your grandmother has an excellent vision of the world. So well done to her too. We will now be proceeding to the next part of the ceremony, which recognises our graduates' academic achievements. I now call upon Michael Reid, Board Member of Torrens University, Australia, to confer the awards.
Good evening. It gives me great pleasure to certify that the candidates present and those listed as in absentia have fulfilled the conditions prescribed for the award of their degrees, diplomas and certificates, and are entitled to be admitted to the rank, privileges and responsibilities of those awards. Would the graduates who have qualified for the various awards please stand? Thank you. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the governing boards of Torrens University, Australia and Think Education, I confer the degrees, diplomas and certificates to which you and those listed as in absentia have qualified. Congratulations. You may now be seated.
Thank you, Michael Reid. I would now like to call upon Professor Matthew Mundy, Executive Dean of Health and Education, who will present the awards for our Think Education students.
On behalf of Think Education, I present to you the graduates who are receiving the following awards. For a Diploma of Nursing, Athar Akour. Jeffrey Tirrup. Mary Ann Francisco Nive. Mashruna Mahmood. Navjot Kaur. Vikramjit Singh. For a Bachelor of Health Science in Chinese Medicine, Bedelia Flanagan. Helen Mavrokefalos. Jade Lee Ermel. Lara Bloomer. Leah Zotros. Nicola Morpeth. Nicole Hills. Rama Pasuri Ahmad. Sonic Searle. Wen Li Zhang Lei. For a Bachelor of Health Science in Clinical Myotherapy, Alexander Tom Black. Courtney Barra. Deborah Fenelon. Fatma Nacha. Petra Rich. For a Bachelor of Health Science in Naturopathy, Alana Vinci. Christina Bodilli. Jan Discombe. Jennifer Kelly. Megan Ford. Tara Lanumata. Tanika Benwell. Teresa Stringer. Ying Chao Ong Lee. For a Bachelor of Health Science in Western Herbal Medicine, Florentina Cristina Vitellone. Janaea Atkins. Peter Sullivan Vera.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Torrens University, I present to you the graduates who are receiving the following awards from Design and Technology. For the Diploma of Branded Fashion Design, Brianna Caitlin Hewitson. For the Diploma of Communication Design, Joe Sperling. For the Diploma of Graphic Design, Ellen Maloney. Jessica Kong. Lauren Whitecross. Leah Sakic. Sharon Grace Mail. For the Diploma of Interior Design and Decoration, Keely Brimmer. Leah Atherton. Mackenzie Gregory. For the Bachelor of 3D Design and Animation, Mohammed Ajmal Bilal Ibrahim. For the Bachelor of Software Engineering, Game Programming, Vineet Wow. For the Graduate Certificate of Digital Transformation and Creative Intelligence, Sylvia Corina Bestabroa. For the Master of Design, Advanced, Sujima Tsogdimagni. For the Master of Software Engineering, Artificial Intelligence, Advanced, Gurpreet Kaur. And for the Master of Software Engineering, Cloud Computing, Advanced, Yursh Meya Muvala. Congratulations again to all the graduates.
On behalf of Torrens University, Australia, I present graduates of the following degrees. Graduate Certificate in Learning and Teaching, Angelique Zakas. Master of Education, Innovation and Change, Sophie Ann Seeger. Master of Education, Reading and Literacy, Katie Macbeth. Rachel Ibbotson. Master of Education, Special Education Advanced, Amun Khan. Felisa Amanda Parasso. Harinder Kaur. Harpreet Kaur. Mansi Sunija. Mary Bogo. T. Tan Mwai Nguyen. For a Diploma of Health Science, Estefania Ray Castro. Madeline Brown. Maida Jokic. Maria Yamamoto. Matthew Christopoulos. For a Bachelor of Applied Social Science, Community Services, Jewel Vafi. For a Bachelor of Health Science in Chinese Medicine, Rebecca Purser Rozak. For a Bachelor of Health Science in Clinical Nutrition, Gemma Hogan. Julia Jones. Lisa Beveridge. Lucinda Casley. For a Bachelor of Health Science in Naturopathy, Amy Simpson. Genevieve Gibson. Samantha Jane B. Samantha Stevens. For a Bachelor of Nursing, Inderjeet Singh. Nicole De Vera. Nilani Ganagema. Palwinder Kanwar. For a Bachelor of Nutrition, Brianna Harvey. For a Graduate Certificate of Counselling, Norman Seymour. For a Graduate Certificate of Public Health, Doris Uguozo. For a Master of Counselling, Pooja Sharma. For a Master of Public Health, Mercy Matseza. For a Master of Public Health Advanced, Adriano Corsiega. Anmol Taneja. Anne May Casanos. Asma Siddiqui. Bidya Garbuja. Gurija Kamuni. Hannah Susan Babu. Jagjit Kaur. Jamyang Shodan. Jakins Berea. Jinal Prajapati. Justin Onuoha. Kumal Preet Kaur. Kulwinder Kaur. Luxmi Durga Jingunta. Lillian Korea. Milgrace Kaliha. Muna Dahal. Naga Se Akala Sri Adapa. Preeti. Priya. Rajinder Kaur. Ravanjit Kaur. Rupinder Kaur. Sai Krishna Sriramoju. Sundeep Rai Kala. Sania Asra. Shiksha Kumari. Yushasri Telekapali. Thapasi Princey. Satan Dolman Tamang. Vishal Atwal. For a Master of Public Health Advanced, Ogochubu Amankwe. Congratulations. Congratulations once again to all of the graduates.
Congratulations to all our graduates and to those graduating in absentia today. May I please ask family, friends and invited guests to stand and join me and us to congratulate our graduates. Thank you. Please be seated. To our graduates, do not forget the adage that it takes a village, and many people have supported you along the way. It's important to recognise that as part of the reason you are graduating today is because of the love, support, teaching and mentoring provided to you. Parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends, husbands, wives, partners, children, neighbours, teachers, pets. We only succeed through the support of others. And for this reason, graduates, I ask you now to applaud those who have helped you along the way. The audience here today and those online. Thank you. Such enthusiasm. Excellent. But also we need to acknowledge those who have come before you and to help you achieve this extraordinary milestone. Graduates, I would like to now ask you to, oh, well, you've already stood and thanked them. Thank you, everybody that has been involved. I would now like to welcome Professor Helmut Luchtenhausen, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor, and our Vice-Chancellor, Professor Alvan Lowe, who will assist in presenting the Torrens University and Think Education Awards.
Well, friends, family, colleagues, by colleagues I mean all of our new members of the collegiate. You are now of us and we are now of you for the rest of your lives. And we will watch and wait and watch from afar at the heights you all achieve and feel proud that we were involved with these times and with your education. I'd like to also recognise Professor Scott Thompson-Whiteside, who is the Executive Dean of Design and Creative Technologies, who introduced our students from his faculty. Thank you, Professor Whiteside. And I'd like to just go to that part now where we recognise a few people whose stars shone particularly brightly. You're all fabulous, we know that. But 2 or 3 of you are carrying the torch of fabulousness forward a little on behalf of us all and for us all. And today we're acknowledging students that have gone far and beyond the call of duty in their work. The Excellence Award recognises graduates that have excelled in their academic and industry achievements and is selected from all the students eligible to graduate from the Health, Education, Design and Creative Technology faculties at the Melbourne graduation ceremony. So our first congratulations go to Lauren Whitecross. Who has taken the Diploma of Graphic Design today as the winner of the Design and Creative Technology Excellence Award at undergraduate level. Lauren, join us on the stage and go through to the Vice-Chancellor. Lauren excelled throughout her studies, exceeding expectations. Her passion for combining her impeccable creative, technical and design skills lends itself beautifully to pursuit to produce work supporting a positive impact on businesses. Lauren personifies the values at Torrens University. She's highly creative, discerning, motivated, and she's someone colleagues will want on their team. She's strategic and appreciates and creates beautiful design, beautiful words, and altruistic impact. So congratulations, Lauren. So the next person who's going to stride onto the stage bearing the torch of ultra-perfection. Our congratulations go to Sunjitma Sogimane, Master of Design. I invite Sunjitma to join us on stage. Sunjitma is a multidisciplinary designer, designing interiors, exteriors, and micro-garden designs, as well as engaging in urban design. She's already landed an excellent role as landscape architect at GHD Woodhead, a global design company that strives to create inspirational places and responsive architecture, landscapes, townscapes, buildings, and spaces that simplify the complexity of contemporary life through intelligent and thoughtful design. So they now have with them an intelligent and thoughtful designer in Sunjitma. Congratulations. Our third award, the Be Good Award, recognises graduates that have either developed and implemented a socially responsible initiative or project that has improved the social condition of a group, community, or the environment, or worked extensively with or improved an established socially responsible initiative or organisation. The Be Good imperative is very much part of our DNA in this organisation. It's very important to us to amplify, I think, extensively to the community, to our partners, to our students, to the industry, to government, that being good and doing good is an exemplification of the modern student and one of our graduates. Congratulations go to Nicole De Vera, Bachelor of Nursing, having visited my wife today, a day after her shoulder operation. I'm really thrilled that we have nurses who do good. Very close to my heart. Nicole De Vera was a dedicated student who demonstrated significant resilience through the COVID-19 lockdown and is an advocate of the university's Be Good values. Nicole's commitment to make a difference was not just an idealistic dream, not just words. She worked hard to truly make a difference. Nicole was an ambassador for Torrens University and on the 12th of May 2020 was featured in Vogue representing nursing for Torrens University, Australia. Congratulations, Nicole. So please continue applause for all of our award winners. Thank you, Vice Chancellor.
Well, Nicole, perhaps don't go too far. So I'm going to call you back up to deliver our graduate address, please. Please welcome Nicole back to the stage. Long way round. I think that's what they call a victory lap. The whole way around. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you. I would like to start by congratulating every single graduate here tonight. So as you know, my name is Nicole De Vera. I started my Bachelor of Nursing degree with Torrens University in late 2019. Before that, I was an enrolled nurse working in the community while raising my 4 kids with my husband. I grew up in a family full of nurses, and my love for nursing started when I was 10 years old. Entering university as a mature age student, I had my doubts. I questioned whether I would be able to handle studying while raising my kids and working at the same time. Yes, it's challenging, but I chose to accept the challenge and be an example to my kids and other mature age students that are in the same situation as me. And what I've learned is it is never too late to study and reach your goal. I thought that trying to juggle my time between work, kids, and studying was the only challenge, but I was wrong. COVID entered our lives and made it impossible to continue. Our classes were moved online, and placements and lab practicals were postponed. Working and studying in the midst of a pandemic, let alone being in one to begin with, is a new and strange situation. Just before lockdown hit us, I specifically remember the day we were at campus and I received a phone call that I got hired to work for the coronavirus hotline. I took the job. At the beginning, we were receiving around 35,000 calls a day. As soon as I hung up, another phone call would come, and every single person I spoke to on the other line were people who were terrified. I was terrified. We didn't know anything about this virus and how deadly it was. People's lives were put in a pause. So much was happening at once. And while I was working in the coronavirus hotline, I was applying the knowledge we were studying and learning in class in a real-life situation. With all the training providing, as well as a world-class education I was receiving at Torrens University, I felt confident and ready to help those in need. I felt a purpose of why I decided to go back to study. Why I wanted to be a nurse. It's because of the people. Nursing is not just a type of job, it's an extraordinary line of work. To be able to care and change the lives of people who are most vulnerable and to make them feel safe while they are sick is an exceedingly rewarding feeling to give to another human being. In 2020, the World Health Organization declared it was the International Year of the Nurse and Midwife. We saw how much COVID impacted our healthcare workers, working endless hours in the front line. We often meet under difficult circumstances as we always find a way to overcome those hard situations. We may lose our patience at times and we go through grief because we have dedicated ourselves to caring for those vulnerable people. And we often forget to take care of ourselves. It becomes too much to handle, and we give up. But I want to remind everyone here today, although our journey has been tough, there is no better feeling other than the satisfaction of holding that nursing diploma and having that fulfillment of being able to help and change lives of other people. As we graduate today, I stand here with all my fellow graduates with pride and how proud I am we have come all this far and how we have overcome all the obstacles that came along the way. To my fellow health graduates, we are the new faces of healthcare. To all the other graduates from all other disciplines, you too are the next generation in your fields, and I have no doubt you will succeed. We, all of us, are the future. We are part of history, the ones that studied in the midst of a pandemic and still survived our degree. Remember this day. Graduating is not the end, but a beginning of our new journey and of our lives, and I am excited and looking forward for new challenges. I will also take with me the knowledge acquired from Torrens University that will surely help me succeed in the future. I want to thank Andrea and Terry for not only teaching me, but also supporting me when times were tough throughout my studies. They have been great mentors, and I will always remember them in my nursing career. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations to all the graduates here tonight.
Yeah, do another lap. Helmet's right. Thank you so much, Nicole. They were very inspiring words, and congratulations. So, Torrens University was founded in 2013 and is built upon a purpose-driven and passionate approach to teaching. We've created courses and student services that are designed to place passionate people in careers they love. I think that is a great example. Torrens has quickly become Australia's fastest growing university. This is due to our industry immersive approach and the high standards we hold for our students. This is due to the calibre of the talent, of courage and hard work ethic that you have all shown. To all our new graduates, we are extraordinarily proud of you. We know how hard you've worked to get to this point, but you've done it. And today is your time to celebrate. As your careers will no doubt take you to all parts of Australia and all around the wider world, please know this: Torrens University Australia will remain your network. We will continue to support and barrack for you. There's an Australianism for you, barrack for you. We also hope you will stay in touch with each other and with us through the alumni network. Ooh, gracious. A special thank you to all our academic and invited guests. We look forward to celebrating with you, with our graduates and our guests and everyone together. So please join us for refreshments at the conclusion of the ceremony upstairs. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Governing Board of Torrens University Australia, I close today's ceremony. Please be upstanding for the exit of the academic procession, followed by our graduates. Guests, please remain next to your seats until the academic procession and graduates have left the hall. Thank you and congratulations.
strange in my body.